Hello everyone. I am going to do an unboxing of the Wild Unknown Archetype Tarot Deck and Guidebook by Kim Krans. Same author that did the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. I'm going to try to stay out of this so that you don't have to see me. You can just focus on these. So sorry about that if you got a little glimpse. I usually take the cellophane off, but I did not do that yet, so I'm going to very carefully try and take it off with this trusty pocket knife. This was a gift, so I can't tell you how much it was because I don't truly know. Wild Unknown Archetypes, Deck and Guidebook, and it looks like, is it a slide out one? Yep, it is. So this is just a little, like a jacket. It says here, welcome to the Wild Unknown Archetypes. You will find within 78 circular cards in round box, lavishly illustrated, 224-page guidebook. From the wellspring of the collective unconscious emerge images that appear in the dreams of every culture, illuminating our multiplicity and uniting us in the endless story of humanity. These are the archetypes. Their limitless potential is yours to behold as you travel to the realm of dreams, visions, and myth. May you always be on the inner quest. And there's just a handful of some of the images around the typography. Harper One is the publisher, and what else is pertinent? That is probably about it. Set that aside. And then we have this really pretty box. I'm sorry if I'm getting shadow here. I apologize for that. Keep you focused on the books. Wild Unknown Archetypes, Kim Krans, and on the back, oh, that's cute. Like a little pearl. Don't know what this is. That might become clear as we look. A little arrow here to show you how to open it. It lifts up. I think it's magnetized. Yeah. Accept all, reject none. Wild Unknown Archetypes Guidebook. So this lifts up to pop the book out. Wow, this is really pretty. And it feels really good. I've had a bunch of unboxing tarot cards this week. Christmas, I got a bunch. People know me. So this is great. I'm happy to have more. I love them. But I've decided to wait to open them all until I can share them with you so that you can see the honest first impression. This is really super smooth. It's a matte finish. I don't think there's any. Nope, even the type is matte. It feels really good. The cover is like a double thickness, but it's flexible. And and Kim always does, it's like hand printing. It's not, of course, but it looks like hand printing. So I find that really easy to read. I think it's easier than a lot of teeny tiny little type fonts. So Wild Unknown, the circle has the snake eating its tail. And then a hand in the upward receiving position in yoga. Archetypes Guidebook for Mazzy, held eternal in the sky. Okay, this is a little bit small, but it's still legible. This is beautiful. It's just black and white and gray, so various black and white tones. Contents, ocean within the mountain. And I have no idea what any of this means, but we'll get to that. And then there's the sphere of influence, awakening the archetypes, understanding the deck, and using the cards. So that is the table of contents. And this looks like the top, like a photograph of a diamond, because it's, you can see all the facets. And then this is just a little a illustration image of it in section. Nice. I like that it's the artwork on these are always beautiful, but I like that there's some different types of treatments. I mean, it looks like it's collaged a little bit. So the ocean within the mountain talks about just trying to skim it here to see if I can put it in a nutshell for you. She thought she should live, meet a friend, tell me about master's program, depth of... Okay, I think it sounds like she was the Jungian approach to creativity. She was talking to somebody, and the words architect, dreams, images, theater, alchemy, and myth rattled and sparkled. 2 weeks later, she found herself... Okay, so it was... you know, you never know where inspiration comes from. Sometimes it's a conversation, movie, a book, a walk. There is a mountain, and it says, I am the mountain, and I am calling you. Wake up. Yeah, the artwork is just beautiful. So this is just the story about how this came to be. A little that she wrote. She. I'm not sure if Kim is a he, she, him or a her Kim. Sphere of influence. So you've got this spiral happening here. The alchemical sphere, depth of psychology. And then there's this little graphic here with collective psyche in 2018, depth of psychology, creativity, spirituality. It's like a pie chart, sort of. And then this deck. So it looks again like how this came to be, like its origin. Yeah, this is just beautiful. A photograph layered in with more photographs and beautiful imagery. Awakening the archetypes. Arc plus type, the original of its kind, the first image, the inherited emerging pattern, the initial and eternal energy, their origin. So this is just, again, a little bit more about the deck, their quality. So there's talks about patterns, the universality of them, timelessness, infinite, they use image, etc., their intentions. Sacred pairs and trifectas, so the mother, the father, the crone, the shaman, the creator, the sustainer, the destroyer, maiden, the mother, the crone. Archetype versus stereotype. This is just rich reading. I'm not going to do all that because I just wanted, this is unopening the box, or opening the box. Unboxing the cards. And this little diamond thing also is a pendulum. Interesting. So understanding the deck, the selves, the places, the invitations, the tools, using the cards. Before you begin, she talks about archetypal study, divination, image inspiration, follow the image, the one card spread, pull a card or riff. She has, I wish I knew, keep going, summon the divine. So again, a couple of different ways on how to use the cards. And then it looks like, yeah, some more spreads. The card rotation, oh, that's another interesting thing too. So I'll just tell you about this because this makes it, I know some decks talk about reversals. And because this is a circular one, she does talk, I'm sorry. I want to find that out, but it's one of those names that you just don't know. An entire book could be written about the implications of card rotations while using this deck. So she talks about one way to read it is upright, and then if you treat the card orientation as an added layer of meaning. So it's a more complex approach. Think of the cards as people walking down the street, and the rotation of the card implies a certain kind of imbalance, instability, or wound. So, and just another layer of depth to do for your readings. Final thoughts and the selves. Look at these beautiful images, my God. The mother. So we begin with the archetype of the mother, goes into the father, and then I'll just read, oh, the places. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So there's the, the selves. The places. So it's things like the heart, the river, the temple, the castle, the storm. And then the tools, which is the flame, the tear, the riddle, the vow, medallion, kiss, sword, venom, the offering, the prayer. Wow, this is really beautiful. I'm quite taken with this, and I haven't even looked at the cards yet. I've seen a few tarot readers, YouTube readers, that have used this, and they seem to find them useful also. The invitation, or initiations, Eros, Agape, Thanatos, Apocalypsis. Wow. Yeah. I wonder if it says the initiations. No, this is just... okay, I'm just going to open up random here and see how the page is laid out, because I think they are all like that. So on the left side, you have the image that would match the card and the title. Let me see, there's something else here I just noticed. Okay, so there's stuff I need to figure out here because I don't have the information about that yet. But there's these little symbols. I have no idea what they mean. But this card is titled The Underworld, and then it says the nightmare, the ordeal, the bottom, and it talks about, you know, this is no time to mince words, the archetypal territory, and that's quite a lot of writing. And then it says when in light, what the meaning is, and then when dark, what the meaning is. And then to go deeper, read Meaning in the Shadow, and that would be by, it's a book reference, edited by Connie and Jeremiah Abrams. And then on the sides, in the margins, which I haven't seen a book do this ever, I don't think. Search for images of a map of Dante's Inferno. What is the story of the epic descent stir in you? So there's food for thought and more reading and further understanding of, I guess, yourself and humanity and archetypes. One of the earliest stories on record is that of the goddess Inanna's descent. Turns out descending into the underworld is as old as time itself. So that's just a little, I guess, trivia. These images, I have no idea what they are about. And I haven't seen anything that mentions that, so let's see if there's anything in the back. Nope, we'll just go to the end. Might become clear as I read more, but yeah, every photo has different, like here's a door, oh, the threshold, so that's a door, another door, I see an archway, and then another door. Okay, so dead end. Got it. So that's like a X going through it. No entry, no entry. X, X, no entry. The shadow is just showing, yeah, it's a diamond shape, but it's like open and then shadowed and then half shadowed. Interesting. Pilgrim. So a little bit of earth here. Talks about the apprentice, the traveler, the wanderer. These little things suggest openness to me. The king. So peace, heart, money. Okay, so all the things, I guess, the icons of the things that could represent whatever this card is. So the animal, we've got paw prints here and hoof prints. Cave, different images that could represent that sort of like a tunnel type entry. The river, all different types of communicating water or the flow. Okay, interesting. I had to figure that out because it's not mentioned anywhere, and it maybe is, but we didn't read the whole thing. So now I'm going to just walk you through the packaging. Still, they've got the ribbon underneath. It's all this really hard, sturdy black, and then inside is, oh my gosh, this is really amazing. You can see the gorgeous images on the inside. And this is cardboard too. It looks like it might be plastic, but it's cardboard. And it looks like the glue is coming loose here. And there's beautiful ribbon to pop this stuff out. And then there's yet another box for the round cards with more images on the back. This is really exquisite. it's suctioned. Okay, it was like a vacuum. It wouldn't want to open. And the pearls, a little pearl of wisdom on the inside. I'm going to just set these aside for a moment. And this has another little ribbon to pull the deck out. Boy, this is beautiful. Just every, the attention to detail. And I'm an art person, so, and I took graphic design and all that stuff. So all of this stuff, it's the sort of thing that a lot of people might overlook, but it truly matters to me. And the consistency of these beautiful watercolor washes of that kind of pale pinks with the terracotta turning into the orange with just a little bit of yellow. And here it looks almost like an eye with an iris. It's just, these are just gorgeous. So I'm going to stop saying how gorgeous the cards are, but look at that. Every one of them. It's not like they just did one and then kept repeating it. There was a new image for each purpose, which I think is outstanding. Really, really lovely. So we're going to start with, the back of the card. It looks like diamonds. It's this, all the multiple facets. Oh, I love that. Which is the same as that. This one looks more like a pearl. This one also looks like a diamond in like a bezel sort of setting. But yeah, it looks like it's all about the facets. And I don't know if they're, okay, they're not 100% lined up already. So here, I'll just start with the first card, and I'll bring it up to the camera, is the mother, the father, the star born, look at the colors in that, the little egg, eternal child, the orphan, the mentor, the poet, the maiden, the hunter, the warrior, the queen, the king, the crone, shapeshifter, the shaman. Oops, I'm hoping that these are good. The lovers. I thought there was two there. The siren, the animal, pilgrim, the mystic, the creator, the destroyer, the sustainer, the healer, the comic, the unseen, the shadow, the self, the one, the heart, the cave, the mountain, the river, the ocean, the forest, the desert, the bridge, the temple, the dead end, the village, the empty room, the castle, the box, the threshold, the womb, the storm, the underworld, the fault line, the bardo. I don't know if you could see that when I went quickly, but those are little skulls around, again, what looks like an iris of an eye. Don't know really what it is yet, though. The flame, the tear, the riddle, the vow, the vision, the gem, the ring, the nectar, the medallion, the kiss, the mask, the sword, the venom, the offering, the prayer, the seed, the stone, the mirror, the vessel, the thread, eros, agape or agape. I never know which way it is. Agape, I think. Thanatos, apocalypsis, gnosis, katros, Althea, it is Althea, Anima Mundi, there it is. Okay, that's an absolute, now I have no idea how shuffling this will do. And I've done a bunch of unboxings, like I said, this week. I have also, whenever I do an unboxing, I follow it up with an interview with the deck to see how it might like to be used. I was curious to see how, these aren't bad. I thought that they would be really weird to shuffle, and they're really not that awkward. Not nearly as awkward as I would have imagined. So there you have it. These are absolutely gorgeous cards, and the thickness of them, I like to talk about that too. They're very pliable, but they feel sturdy. There's a stiffness to them, even though they're quite thin. Very thin. Yeah, so and I don't know if they're going to be sticky. Usually a new deck is kind of sticky. This is a little awkward. I think partially because it's sticky, and partially because my hands are not as big as some folks that could probably shuffle these more easily. Yeah, so I think that this is a gorgeous deck. I'll do an interview with it later on so that we can see what type of reading it wants, or what's going to be best for my purposes. I recommend everyone do your own interview with it, because every relationship is a little different. So even though I know people that use the Osho Zen Tarot for everything and find it very uplifting and beautiful and soulful, and for me it's really good at I didn't use it for a long time because it was kind of scary, and I didn't really understand what it was telling me, but it was revealing, and now that I did an interview with it, it made sense. I'm like, oh, right, you interview that, you tell me that you're revealing the shadow side, the stuff that needs to be worked on. So That's what it was telling me. I kept thinking it was telling me I was a horrible person and things like that. But it would say basically things to watch out for, or things that might creep up that you should be mindful of, or things that you might want to work on, your shadow side. So that's what it was telling me. I just kept seeing it as really, really negative until I did the interview and understood that that's what it was telling me. So now if I'm doing shadow work, I'll use that deck, and there's a few others that I'll use along with it. The vast majority of the time, especially for general readings, I'm looking for just good juju, good messages, happy messages, and sometimes stuff is those usually indicate if I'm doing a general reading, something in there will tell me if it wants to have a shadow card pulled or not, so it will indicate. But this is great. I have no idea what readings it would be good for at this point, but looking, I don't know, I'm not even going to project. It's absolutely gorgeous. It is a substantial, this is a really substantial, heavy, I don't know, but I imagine that this was much more expensive than some of the other tarot cards that I have. Again, it was a gift, so I don't really know. I could look it up, but I don't want to. When I get gifts, I don't want to know. And yeah, it's just really, really gorgeous. So again, lots and lots and lots of information in the guidebook. Beautiful artwork, great collages. The imagery is really amazing. Looks like it's really well laid out, easy to read, and I'll just read one on the I don't think I went through how it's written. 3 archetypal ingredients constitute the shaman, and all must be present in order to reveal its magic first. The shaman is activated by long-standing and diligent study, the mentor in parentheses. Second, its orientation is generously and accurately aimed toward the healing of the self, the other, and the culture, the healer in parentheses. And third, the shaman has a knack for finding doorways to the other world, allowing psychic visions and old magic to leak into this world, the unseen. So all of those, like the mentor study and the healing, the healer, and other world and the unseen, the part of that is highlighted in red, so that if you're looking for something like, oh, why is it 3, you can easily pick that out. Where did I leave off? Oh yeah, in this way the shaman is a master who bridges the everyday and the sacred, revealing potent power needed desperately in our time, yet where there is power there is shadow. So the shaman must be vigilant in studying their darkness. This card reminds us that the force of healing is ultimately not our own. We must shape it and share it with the world. So when in light, fearless student and practitioner. When in dark, overpromises, blames, hurts self and others. And then to go deeper, read Black Elk Speaks and and Michael Tucker's Dreaming with Eyes Open. And so here we have yin and yang. I don't know what that is, but I think it's about third eye or healing. Here's the third eye, and then again third eye, just a different depiction. The shaman can't be rushed. Working with this archetype requires study and perseverance. Think of it like brining or marinating. The content must permeate every fiber of its being. And over here it says, contrary to popular belief, the shaman archetype appears in every vocation. Teachers, directors, surgeons, politicians, and poets are just a few of the faces a shaman may wear. So there you go. That's how it's written. I will be doing an interview with it. Oops, this just popped out, this glue. So, and that's the publisher. Okay, publisher, you want to use a little bit better glue than this, because that's wimpy. Absolutely gorgeous. And like I said, I'll be doing a interview with it to see what type of reading it wants to do, and you'll probably be seeing this deck in some of my future readings. I usually post or upload new moon and full moon, and that's about all I've done so far. I'm pretty new at reading for people other than myself and the collective and recording and all of that. So if this was helpful, please like it, and I would love it if you'd subscribe, because that I can keep doing more of these, and the more I do, the better I get. And so and two, I think that this, I really had wished for a couple of decks that I was curious about, that I could find an unboxing of it, because sometimes they'll show you, here's the box, and they show you 2 or 3 cards. I didn't get a good sense of the deck that way, and I'm hoping that this is helpful to you, because this is something that I had wanted to see. So, and again, because it wasn't really available, I'm not really knowing what a lot of these decks are before I get them. So I can do that work for you. So take a look. I hope you enjoy. Please like it and please subscribe, and I will see you next time. Thanks. Bye.